We must reject the culture of losing that has infected our party. That's the pitch Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is making as he tries to wrestle the Republican nomination away from Donald Trump. But there's one big problem with that message. All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. Campaigning in Iowa over the weekend, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis taking a not-so-subtle shot at former President Donald Trump as DeSantis prepares to launch his run for the White House any day now. DeSantis saying the GOP has, quote, developed a culture of losing that must be rejected if Republicans want to win the presidency. And DeSantis is right about that. In 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2022, Republicans suffered a series of election losses with Donald Trump leading the GOP. A notable exception to this parade of Republican losses, Ron DeSantis. In 2018, then Congressman DeSantis narrowly defeating his Democratic opponent by less than 80,000 votes to become Florida's 46th governor. And just last year, DeSantis overwhelmingly winning re-election by the largest margin in 40 years. DeSantis crediting this landslide victory to his governing approach that he argues contrasts with Trump's. The 44-year-old governor telling voters in Iowa, quote, governing is not about entertaining. Governing is not about building a brand or talking on social media and virtue signaling. It's ultimately about winning and producing results. And DeSantis certainly has produced results for the people of Florida. He limited abortion rights, signing legislation banning the medical procedure at 6 weeks of pregnancy. He attacked LGBTQ rights, banning classroom instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in all grades. He expanded gun rights, allowing Floridians to carry concealed firearms without a permit. And the supposedly pro-life governor even lowered the threshold for imposing the death penalty in the Sunshine State. Yet despite this lengthy, hate-filled legislative record and impressive electoral victories, Republican primary voters still overwhelmingly want Trump to be their nominee for president. And it's not hard to understand why. Let's return to what DeSantis has been saying about Republicans needing to reject the culture of losing that has infected the party. Well, newsflash, Ron, Republicans overwhelmingly do not believe that Trump lost the 2020 election. According to the most recent CNN poll, 63% of Republicans and Republican-leaning independents do not believe Biden legitimately won the 2020 election. So that argument DeSantis is making about him being a winner and Trump being a loser, it doesn't resonate with Republicans who have been repeatedly lied to by Trump and the conservative media ecosystem and are convinced Trump actually defeated Biden. And worse, by arguing Trump lost and therefore needs to be replaced by someone who can actually defeat Biden, DeSantis appears to be traitorous to the MAGA army, whose voters will be needed to not only win the nomination, but also the presidency. So the question is, will DeSantis continue to imply that Trump lost and risk alienating Trump supporters? Or will he choose to go along with the big lie and risk negating his best argument for winning the Republican presidential nomination over Trump? Thanks for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think.